sheep. A farm animal that can be very profitable if sold the right way. Today we are taking these 25 Katahdin rams and ewes to the sale barn, and I'm going to show you how much we got for them. This is pretty cool. Or should I say cold? Anyway, I'm going to show you how much we got for them. So you can decide which is better, selling your sheep at the sale barn or just selling it right off of your farm. We will get to the hardcore selling numbers later, but first we have to get these 25 sheep up into this very unsafe looking jerry-rigged trailer. But don't worry, we've moved sheep in this trailer before, it's completely safe. Yeah, all my dad has to do is lock them up into the corral system, so they can be closer and we can funnel them right up into the trailer. So we got a tiny bucket with a little bit of sweet feed in it and started calling them over. Quickly. And soon enough, we got them into the small corral system. Now that we got all the rams bunched up there, we decided to take the time to sort out the rams that we want to keep for next year to breed our ewes. If you want to learn how to choose the right ram for your flock, I suggest that you wait till the end of this video where it'll show up in the end screen. Now, as we were sorting, a sheep suddenly, while I was turned around, tried to jump the corral system, but in the process, he got stuck. I ran over to get him unstuck and actually got hit in the face with his head. Some people might say I was rammed. It hurt a lot, but since my dad isn't much for sympathy, I just kept it to myself. You might be asking yourself right now, why don't we just sell all these sheep off of the farm? So then we don't have to pay the selling fee at the sale barn. Well, we have actually sold a bunch of sheep off the farm already. These sheep, since they're mostly males and problematic females, aren't worth as much, so it's much easier to sell them all at the same time at the sale barn. Because realistically, who would want a flock of 23 male sheep? Nobody. The sale barn is just a faster, easier way to part up the sheep and sell them all. We kept sorting until we got around 8 pick-of-the-flock young rams to keep for next year.
Keep him.
Now with all the other ones, which include the not pick-of-the-flock rams and ewes, yes, I said ewes, there's like 2 ewes in there. One of those ewes was actually bit by a snake on the udder, which then started to rot away and smelled really bad. We actually didn't think she was going to make it, but after rounds and rounds of antibiotics, it healed. Not the udder, that just fell off, but the sheep lived. But since she isn't able to support any babies because she doesn't have an udder, we have no choice but to sell her. I don't actually have very much footage of her, so sorry about that. I think that might be her right there, I'm pretty positive. So now that we got the rams that we want separated, all we have to do is get the 25 of the rest of them onto the trailer. But before we put the sheep onto the trailer, I had to go get the truck to hook that to the trailer.
So we got all the sheep we wanted. And now we're just trying to get this truck, our truck, connected to the trailer. Once we get the truck connected to the trailer, we can get the sheep up into the trailer and then we can sell them.
Oh shoot. Now that we got the truck hooked up, we took the sheep that we wanted to sell and pushed them up the lane towards the trailer. I was there to hold up the flimsy gate to hold all the sheep up in there. Dad was there physically pushing them up towards the trailer. Now that we got them up there finally, all we had to do was wait for them to just walk onto the trailer, which didn't happen. To be honest, they probably thought riding in a trailer made by the Clampetts would hurt their self-esteem. I don't blame them. So Dad had to manually put them in, which didn't go well. I'm telling you, if somebody was trying to push me into the Clampetts trailer, I would have done the same thing. At this point, my dad was getting frustrated, and you know how dads get frustrated, they can harness this energy and power from somewhere unknown. So he started really grabbing the sheep and throwing them in there. And don't just think I'm standing there and watching Dad do all the work. I'm actually holding the fence that the sheep are pushing against to get away from Dad. Just imagine the force of 20 sheep pushing against you. I felt like the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man when he was trying to hold back that train. Anyway, after a few minutes of that, me and my dad, well, mostly me because I was holding the fence up to keep the sheep in, did it. And oh yeah, my dad actually dislocated his pinky finger when he was throwing a sheep in, but that's another story. Now, finally that we got the sheep onto the livestock trailer, my dad and grandpa took them all to the sale barn. And yes, that's my brother with purple gloves on holding a purse. For some reason. He was always the quiet one. Once my dad and grandpa got to the stockyards, Dad got out and started getting the sheep out of the trailer. Keep in mind my grandpa's filming this right now and he can't feel his hands because of surgery, so bear with me. Soon enough, Dad skillfully got all of the sheep out of the trailer with a dislocated pinky finger. If that doesn't make a man, I don't know what does. Now the moment you've all been waiting for, how much money can you make selling sheep at the sale barn? Well, we all know meat price per pound changes all the time. This time we got around $1.69 a pound for all the sheep combined. With each sheep weighing an average of 95 to 96 pounds each, that's roughly over $160 a sheep, which was around $4,380 for 25 sheep total. And taking away, of course, the sale barn fee, the final price of these sheep came to about $4,000. Keep in mind we have sold an additional amount of sheep off the farm this year, which I didn't count in this video because they weren't sold at the sale barn. So what would you do? Would you try to sell all 25 mostly rams individually, which would take forever, or just bite the bullet like we did and take what you can get at the sale barn? It all is up to you. Of course, if you're at Greg Judy or Joe Solid in status, it would be easy to sell anything off your farm. But if nobody knows who you are and your sheep are just taking up resources off of your farm, you need to get them off of your farm quickly. So the sale barn is pretty much the best and only solution. Please check out some of my other videos in the end screen, and thank you guys for watching That's a Farm. Wow, I'm gonna get smoker's lung out here.